Hey everybody, this is Jason at Chartmetric. Thanks for tuning in. This is a quick tutorial that we're going to do on our report tool. So once you log in, it'll bring us to your dashboard. If you're a new user, welcome. You won't see anything here because you haven't had any time to follow your favorite artists, tracks, albums, or playlists or curators, but you'll see that here eventually when you do. But for now, let's go ahead and just click on report up here in the top right in the navigation bar, and you will see all of those artists, tracks, and albums here that you can report on. So if you're interested in the report tool, chances are you need to print something out via PDF or send via email to a client, to a boss, to a colleague, and you can do that here. So let's just do artists because usually for most of our users, that's what they're using. You can click on a few artists that you are interested in, and then you can define a time horizon. So if it's just for the past 3 days, if it's just for the past day or month, these are the periods of time from today, as you can see here, that you can do, but you can also define a custom period as well. So, depending on, if you have some kind of special need where you need to define a weird, 37-day period for whatever reason, for accounting purposes or what have you, or problem solving, you can do that if you just click on this custom period toggle. For the threshold, this is just, we set it at 100 as default, but basically just to, not include any kind of, unpopular playlist that, someone had made that isn't really just going to affect your bottom line at all. You can define this threshold as you will here. And then we automatically have toggled for social playlists and charts information. So once you have all this kind of figured out, you can click generate report. Just give it a minute for everything to load up, but you'll see at the bottom here soon enough that you'll see all this information that you can see on the artist page kind of generate themselves here. You can scroll back up. You can compare the socials section for selected artists. You can compare a maximum of 5. And so that's what you have here if you want to compare these 3 along their if this is really useful if you're, let's say you want to do some kind of, branding campaign or deal and you're considering a bunch of artists, you can do that very easily here and send it to someone. And, so let's just go back to generate report real quick. Once everything is loaded up, you can go ahead and just export as a PDF. Just give it a minute. This is a lot of information for us to pull up on our back end and put in the right format. So just give it a minute and it should be able to generate to wherever your browser has a default download folder. And once it shows up, it'll show up and then I'll bring that up for you in 1 second. But while we wait for that, let me just go ahead and let you know that for our CSV export function, you can definitely do that here as well. And you can have that if you want to get into the nitty gritty of all this information and try to figure out, through some kind of really awesome table that you have already set up with pre-formatted columns, or if you want to do some data science querying, you can do that as well. You can expand all these tables as well, so there's no paging. And by that we mean, for example, here, there's paging here that is not... it's just going to print out like the first part. So if you wanted to not have any of that going on, that's what this button expand tables is for, which is good for you to know. But otherwise, this is pretty much what it says. There's also a favorite tracks and favorite albums section. So you can do the same things here. You can't do, right now you can just generate the report. You can't really do a comparison yet, but that's something for you to know as well, that you can do this for tracks and albums. So don't forget, you can just go ahead and add and remove these artists here at will. And that can, in your, when you're going through these artist profiles, you can always follow and not follow in case you want to simplify this list or what have you. So just want to pull up Majid Jordan's PDF report real quick so you can see what the final product looks like. You'll see in the top left corner, you can actually put your own company logo in here. Obviously we have ours, but remember you can always change that. If you go into your settings, there's a place where you can update your profile photo, and that's what will populate this field here for your PDF reports. Majid Jordan, this is the date range we're looking at for the past week. Again, kind of like biographical information and quick KPIs for the particular artist. but you'll see that we have everything that you'll see on our tool available to you via PDF if you need to report this out to another person. And so this is something that you can do every day, every week, multiple times during the day if you want, for all your different tracks, artists, and albums to your heart's content. So hopefully that's useful. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout at hi@chartmetric.io or hit us up at help.chartmetric.io and click the bottom right-hand icon to chat with us in real time. Thanks for listening, and talk to you soon.